This video was sponsored by Enhance, Elbilmek, ABRP Planner, Kempower and Bilkomponenter.
Yo, what's up? We are home in the garage getting ready for a road trip to Alvdal with Volkswagen ID7 GTX Tourer. This is my last chance. In one day I'm going to return the car, and I wanted to go on a regular trip to some destination, which is Alvdal, just to see how the car handles it when it comes to range, consumption, headlights, it's dark outside, and comfort maybe. So I charged the car to 100%. It's ready now to go, and I use this splitter here, the OBD. So I get I get two OBDs. The first one here I use it for car scanner, and the second I use for a better route planner. Wait, let's see. I think I touched something here. We can just yeah, okay. Oh, we have also a massage here. Oh, nice. So yeah, see here, 85.4 kilowatt hour reported. Yeah, it claims 487 kilometers. So we will actually be able to drive all the way to Alvdal and still have juice left, and then we can turn around and head south. Look at that, 45%. Really? Okay, that sounds a bit too optimistic. I'm not sure, but okay. We might be able to go all the way to maybe Ren or Elverum before we need to charge. We'll see. So yes, it's half an hour past midnight now. This is not a challenge or anything. We're gonna get ready, reset some stuff, and then off we go. Oh yeah, before I leave, I'm just gonna show you that I navigated this similar thing here in a better route planner, and then I share that link. And you see here we have live data in a better route planner showing how many percent we have, how many kilowatt we're using, battery temp, battery capacity. Oh, interesting. Battery capacity reported 86.5 here, and all this live data here and the route here. Everything will be visible in a live stream. I also post a link there. So that's pretty cool. They can watch me drive, but they can also pay attention to how the car is doing. We've been driving for 2.5 hours. We're getting close to Alvdal, and man, I gotta say, these headlights are awesome. You see them in action right now. If I turn off, you see it like this, and then these are not the regular ID lights that you find on the ID3, ID4, ID5. These are the best headlights from Volkswagen. I don't remember what was the detail again. They have 18 lenses versus 16 lenses on the Tourer, and they have 800 lumen strength, and they also have 2 auxiliary beams. So okay, whatever. But I'm cruising now at 90 kilometers per hour on the speedo. It's 87 GPS speed, and well, it's slowing down a bit. Yeah, this is more realistic speed. Wait, what is that smell? Huh? Is that Dieselgate? Fortunately, we have the recirculation button here, quite easy accessible. So yeah, so far our consumption is 213 watt-hour per kilometer. We're down to 39%. Yeah, great. And we can see here the car, what it estimates we will arrive with. It's kind of clumsy, 33%, but it's so clumsy that you have to dig so far in to see it. It should be visible here or here. You know, Audi, they have it more visible. Oh, that guy wants me to overtake. Okay, let's just overtake. It seems like a Volkswagen. I wonder if it's a Tourer. Okay. And then we don't have to recircle anymore. So yeah, it's a great car. Nice comfort. I also have DCC. I can show you here if you go to the mode, and then if I do this, and then this, you can see, wow, if I set it to custom, I can have it in the uber comfy mode. Oh yeah. But I just prefer to have it in the regular comfort mode here. So like this. Oh no. Okay.
We are now at Shell Alvdal. Yes, I will turn around here. If I go further down the road, well, actually that direction, I will get over to Ioniq Circle K. But since I'm not charging there, then it doesn't matter. We stop here. So interesting. The battery cooled down. You see here we are down to 8 to 12 degrees Celsius. It's been scavenging heat from the battery, but it's usually consuming around 1.5 to 2 kilowatts. But you see here, it is 31 degrees Celsius in the battery, in the cabin. Well, can we trust that thing, huh? Is it right or is it wrong, huh? Because here I set it to 24. So when you set it to 24, it reports at 31. Yeah, but in here, I feel like maybe it's around 24 degrees. Nice and warm. I like it nice and warm. We don't want to sacrifice any comfort here. And outside, it's 0 degrees Celsius. So, yeah. What else do we need to do? I'm going to reset something here eventually. But let me see. We have the... Well, let me see. You go back here. We have the since start. We have the... Okay. I think I'll reset this. And then we're gonna head back again right away. But before we go, let me just show you... outside here. Yeah, so this is nice. You see, we have Kempower here. I normally never come here anymore and charge here. And there's also Kempower and some Albertronic over there. So Alvdal has lots of charging options now. It used to be a nightmare to charge here, especially during COVID time, but now it is so much better. So yeah, I'll just go and buy some food. It's open 24/7. But I also don't want to dick around here too long because I want to spend the most time eating or something when the car is charging. So, oh, look at that. It's a beautiful car, isn't it? We are now at Atna, and over here it actually turns into a 70 zone soon because of high risk of moose. Yeah, it starts right here, and then soon we'll also drive past that silver moose. So I've seen moose here actually many times, especially when they did the Nimber runs many years ago. I would drive up and down this valley all the time, Østerdal. But okay, anyway, we're down to 22%. It's cold here, even for early April. It's minus well, half degrees Celsius. So it's considered like a winter-ish run. But the consumption, yeah, it's 165 watt-hour per kilometer. We went downhill. So this is since Alvdal, if you switch over to long-term, or since last charge. This is since Jessheim, so the total, yeah, 322 kilometers driven. And we can still drive, I don't know, 120-ish? Really? That's 450 kilometers in winter-ish runs. And also remember that for the first stretch here we had motorway. So yeah, we'll try to reach Elbilmek. It seems like it could be possible. And then for you guys who haven't seen it before, we have nice ambient light here. You can also change color. So it's great. What is great is that the ambient light is down here, and there is no annoying LED strip across the front here, which will annoy me at night. And then in the back you also have some ambient light there. So it seems like they're not going crazy on the ambient light, but it feels nice and comfy in here with that light, the mood lighting here, but also practical, so you can find your potato in the dark here. Okay, I'm not sure where the heck we are right now. There's a gas station here, but I'm just so sleepy now that I want to take a power nap. But that means that we have to spend some energy while stationary. So it's not ideal, but it's not a strict test we do. It's more like a road trip, right? So, but for safety, let's take a nap here. Okay. Maybe I should park better. Yeah, but like this-ish. Well, there's another spot here I could use, but I actually don't want to be too close to the main road. Just try to park okay-ish, like this. Well, actually, it was quite bad parking, but okay, whatever. There's no one else here. So let me see how they keep the, yeah, that's the thing, how they keep the heater on then when I have a nap. Because if I unbuckle now, it might turn off everything. Good night, goodbye. So you can do this, then keep air conditioned now, then it should stay on. So we can see here, 14.2 kilowatt hour now before the nap. All right, that was almost half an hour nap, but I cannot nap too long. I need to get back home. So let's try to proceed now. So we have 13.5 kilowatt hours. So that means we spend 700 watt hours. Well, is that only around 1.5 kilowatt then? Okay, well, let's go then. We are now at the arena. We have to bail out here because we are down to, well, okay, here, 5%, 29 kilometers of range, and well, we are too far away from Elbilmek. So now I'm trying to find the superchargers. The interesting thing is that the battery is cooled down to 8.5 to 12.5 degrees. And if you look at the optimizer here, it says that if you plug in now, we'll get 127 kilowatt. Well, that's not too bad. Oh, there they are. Right? Well, this is a weird location. There's nothing here. Wow. Normally there'd be something nearby, right? Okay, we have Byggetorget here, huh? There's no shops, nothing, just a bunch of superchargers here. Well, let's plug it in then. We are now charging, getting, well, 133 kilowatts. Not too bad. Okay, we can see more details here. Yeah, the battery is heating up quickly now. 9.5 to 13.5, so battery inlet goes up. Auxiliary consumer, that's, well, heat pump or PTC heater. This might be AC for the cabin now. So, wow, not too bad for a cold battery. Yeah, wow, there's really nothing to do here. Okay, some places you end up at some gas station at night where everything is closed, but here there's literally nothing here. So we have a bunch of supercharger stalls, which are nice, V4 superchargers. And then here we have Solar Bioenergy. Hey, they also have Solar Bioenergy near Jessheim. Huh. It's bioenergy. I don't know what it's running on. Byggetorget. That's usually for, I don't know, like construction products, wood and whatever, right? And then I'm not sure what's over there. And this is just, well, there's some signs saying okay, there's cafe and stuff at Byggetorget. Okay, and then here we have Kausasisk Mat. 50 meters over there. Oh, probably at that shed. Okay, so there's at least something here, but not right now. Okay, but I wonder the reason why this site is here is because it's in close proximity to where people go to the cabins for weekends. So, yeah, but let's check out how the charging is going now. Well, I've been charging for 7.5 minutes. And at least this reports 190 kilowatt, but what goes into the battery is 182 kilowatt. Wow, we're almost at the maximum speed already. Huh? And 25% battery. Huh? Not too bad. Wait a minute, look at this. I'm using heater in the car right now because it's cold outside, 0 degrees. But when you look at this screen, AC compressor speed is 0. Normally in the daytime, when it's warm outside, I will see AC compressor running. And also, I think I saw that when we were driving. We used the heat pump for heating the cabin. But now we have this auxiliary consumer, 1.6 kilowatt. Do you know what this means? It means that it might be using the PTC heater for heating the cabin while it is maybe running, but the inlet is 17 degrees, so it's probably also trying to, I'm not sure if it cools down the battery or it wants to heat up the battery. But they might be using the PTC heater, not the heat pump, so that it doesn't disturb the cooling. This is brilliant. This is what I've been talking about for many years. Okay, let's try something here. So if I turn off HVAC, what happens then with the auxiliary? Yeah, then it drops to 0. Okay. If I turn on the heater again, then it should ramp up. Well, I'm gonna try something else. Let's wait for it to ramp up. Okay. You hear the thing going there. Yeah, auxiliary consumer goes up. All right. But let's try this. Lower the temperature until it becomes blue now. Then what happens? Auxiliary goes to 0. Seems like it's going some kind of only fans, but where's the AC compressor? Maybe it figures out that the outside air is already cold, so it doesn't run any AC compressor. Huh. So it means that if it's summer, it might just run only fans to prevent it from overheating the battery. This is the way I want it to work. But if we look here, we managed to drive 400 kilometers and we still had 5% left. That's not too bad considering that it was 0 degrees outside, or when we started around 2-3 degrees Celsius. So it's still considered a cold run, winter-ish run. 400 kilometers, and also, I remember that from here to here, and then from here to here, roughly, we had motorway. So roughly 1/4 of that stretch was a motorway stretch with 110 zone. So okay, but now we should have enough. We can do a quick math here. Well, you see 130 kilometers of range, 130 kilometers away. So you take this number divided by 130, you should get around 300 watt-hour per kilometer budget. So that's plenty. We will consume, I've seen it in the past, in the motorway, we consume 250-ish. So we are more than enough to go home now. So, right, let's go. We're back home, so a total trip was 203 watt-hour per kilometer and 534 kilometers. And we spent 7 hours total, including one charging stop and around 16 minutes. So, and wow, over here is 2 degrees, still cold. And then here you can see battery. It was at 35%, 35 degrees when we left, but it cooled down to 20 degrees. Other than that, everything else just looks normal. But what can I say? It's a nice and comfortable and spacious car, and it's also a quite popular car. My neighbor has the exact same car, same color even. I think it looks like the same spec. So this is what Norwegians want. They want all-wheel drive, station wagon, and all the equipment also. So this is going to be the last test, unfortunately, because tomorrow I'm returning this car. But overall, I'm quite impressed of how well it performs. And I don't know if you noticed, but we also arrived at 16%. So the car didn't use that much juice. So, well, but anyway, I think that's going to be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.